What's going on, YouTube? So, I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about just over the past couple weeks. I know this has been talked about so much. I just wanted to give my take and my opinion on it. And that's a good versus bad budget knife. Now, for one, I want to preface a budget knife to me is anything less than $100. I have one variant of knife in here that's like 99. Um, but the other variants do drop all the way down to 72, which I know isn't a huge drop, but I will reference it when we get there because I do have examples. You can see one poking out over there. Just ignore that. Yeah. Anyways, now I'm excluding gas station knives from this because, in my opinion, gas station knives are kind of in their own category. They get slandered enough on the internet. If you want my opinion on gas station knives, if you're gonna buy them for the design, not for the usability. I was a victim of buying gas station knives because they looked cool, and I just thought, oh, a knife's a knife. Then I learned quickly that that wasn't the case. You know, I had a tip snap, or the liner lock stopped engaging, or it wouldn't lock all the way. So yeah, if you're gonna buy a gas station knife, get it for the design. Don't get it to use it as a knife. But yeah, I have a few knives over on the side over here. Like I said, you can see one of them. I have a few knives over here that I want to reference. Obviously, some of these brands still sell their premium knives, but these ones are all strictly their budget knives under $100. Let's get started with the first two, and actually a good comparison of a really budget knife versus a mid-range budget knife. So the first two knives that I have are the Kershaw Iridium and the Kershaw something. I don't know what this one's called. But let's get them opened up and I'll kind of just explain the differences. So the Kershaw Iridium I picked up at Scheels for about $60, I believe, 60 or $80. It is fantastic. It's one of the best knives I've carried. My girlfriend actually bought it for me as a gift, just because she loves me. It's great. But it's great. One thing that you're gonna notice with budget knives, the different quality of knives is different locks. Like the Iridium has crossbar lock. I know some people don't like crossbars. I've never had a crossbar lock fail for me personally. This one has a liner lock. Obviously, liner locks are a little bit more not really sought after. So, but yeah. So the Kershaw Iridium, for example, is D2 steel. This is. Does it even say it? Is 1990? Is that the steel? I don't know if that's the steel or not. But the biggest thing is you're going to see on a lot of budget knives that a lot of them are D2, Nitro V, 14C28N, which I think might also be Nitro V. Still learning. The biggest thing with D2 is the heat treat. If a company uses D2 and the heat treat is bad, the blade's going to be brittle, the edge retention is going to be garbage, and you're just not going to have a structural knife that you can rely on. Now, when it comes to reliability, what I'm talking about there is if you're in a survival situation and you need to use your knife, what knife can you rely on that you can trust, right? The reason why I don't put gas station knives in that category at all is they can break for whatever reason. Springs can go out, handles can fall off, liner locks can fail, frame locks can fail. Whatever lock they use can fail because it's just not built well. So the biggest thing that I care about is the what if scenarios, right? And I think a lot of people do. The Kershaw Iridium, I would not doubt that this knife would get me out of a pinch. This Kershaw was my car knife for a while. I never really ended up using it. I mean, it looks brand new still. It sat in my glove box for probably 3, 4, 5 months until I realized what a good quality knife was. And don't get me wrong, this one isn't bad by any means. It's just not something that I would want to rely on. It's small. I mean, comparing it to the Kershaw Iridium, which is already pretty tiny in itself, it's small. I just want to know that I can rely on something. Right? Simple as that. Kershaw Iridium, I 100% would recommend you buy. Kershaw Iridium is honestly in my top 3 budget knives of all time. Obviously, a lot of people like the Kaiser Drop Bear, the QSB Penguin, the Ontario Rat, and I don't mind any of those. But for me, the Kershaw Iridium it's a great knife. Now, there's also different types of budget knives, right? There's the nice, sleek-looking ones. You know, someone looks at that and they're going to be like, wow, that's cool. You know, they're going to like the nice stainless steel, almost mirror finished on your Kershaw Iridium. I guess you can't quite say mirror polished, but It's a good looking knife. You know, it looks sleek. It looks tactical. Um, but sometimes if you just want a good budget knife without being flashy, I do have one of the Milwaukee Fastbacks, and honestly, this knife is great. This is the second one I've owned. You can see that I actually used it a little bit. This is the second knife I owned. So here's a little backstory. For those of you that know what this company is, I worked at Standard Plumbing Supply. I was just one of their parts sales people, and I would get discounts on all their product. And we primarily sold Milwaukee. And I was a big knife guy. I've been a big knife guy since I was in Cub Scouts. Just same problem of buying crappy knives. But they sold Milwaukee. I saw this come in, and I was like, man, I gotta have that. Now, the reason why this is number 2 and not my original is Walmart sold this belt sander that you would use to sharpen your knives. And as a dumb 20-year-old kid, I thought, hey, let's give her a shot, right? Well, as I tried doing that, I actually ruined, and I basically turned it into a drop point. It was a Tanto just like this. I accidentally really just killed this edge. I probably could have fixed it, but why fix it when I could just get a new one? This one I actually got for free from a previous company. It was one of those companies where you earn points the longer you work there, and I was leaving that job, and I had like 20,000 points, and I got this for free, and then like a stainless steel cup that I don't even know where it is anymore. But the Milwaukee Fastback is great. I mean, it feels good. It's going to do exactly what you need it to. Crossbar lock on this one as well. It is assisted with the flipper tab. It's a good knife. I mean, if you just want a straightforward knife, the Milwaukee Fastback is not a bad knife. There's also ones at Home Depot you can get, like the Husky. I don't know what it's called, but it's a Husky knife that's sitting right next to all their tools, like next to all their sockets and tape and hammers and whatnot. Those aren't bad knives either. If you just want a straightforward knife, this is a good one to go with. But if you want to get into something a little bit cooler, maybe a little more tactical or something a little more sleek looking, let's talk about Civivi. Now, this is the Civivi Brazen. I love this knife. It's not my favorite to carry, but it's super comfortable. It's never done me wrong. I actually cut my thumb on it. I think it was this thumb. I don't think there's a scar, but I sliced myself like right here, I think. I was just playing with it because, I mean, it drops down so cleanly. Obviously, there's knives that do that better. But it's a good knife. It's really sleek. I don't know what the steel is on it. It doesn't really claim it. But I don't really see many people carry the Civivi Brazen, and I don't know why. Because if you like Tonto, you're going to love the Civivi Brazen. Super sleek, super comfortable. A G10 feels really good in the hand. The handle ergonomics feel really good. In my opinion, in my hands, they feel good. Someone may disagree with me. Another budget knife that I pulled out that I really wanted to talk about was the CJRB. I believe this is called the Pyrite Bowie. This one is absolutely loved by the community, and I see why. Now, it does come with the button lock. I know not everybody loves button locks. I haven't personally had an issue with them, but I do err on the side of caution when I do use them. I ended up carrying this one recently, and I do love how it feels. So if you're looking for a good budget knife, and you don't like Tonto, and you want something that maybe looks a little bit more unique, the CJRB Pyrite with the Bowie style blade is absolutely, it's a good looking knife. There's like 4 different variants. You can get just straight stainless steel, you can get rose gold, you can get rose wood, you can get ebony, which is just a black handle with a stainless steel stonewash blade, same Bowie style. It's a good knife. It hasn't failed me. Granted, I haven't used it much yet. I'm still trying to get used to finger flicking the groove. I can kind of do it sometimes. I almost got it there. But it's a good knife. It really is. Now, I do want to tell you guys what my favorite budget knife is overall. Before I give you an example of a bad knife and why it's bad. I'll give you a hint. It's that one right there. But we'll look at that one in a minute. Now, my favorite budget knife overall, hands down, is the Civivi Vision FG. Now, I know a lot of people have talked about this one, and so I'm not going to bore you with all the details. But it is... this is Damascus. It normally comes with Nitro V steel, white G10 scales. This is the one that I was telling you in the beginning. This is the one that was $99 technically, but you can get versions that are just $72. The reason why I love this knife, and the reason why a lot of people love this knife, is, for one, it's smoother than all get out. But that shark lock on the back is so strong. The way that it works, you got a spring right here. And when you pull down, it compresses that spring. And when you let it go, and to hold your knife in place, it latches under the notch of the blade. And so it doesn't go anywhere. It is like the strongest lock out there right now. It's a Demko Shark Cub lock variant. I believe they call it the shark fin. But this knife, it's just amazing. I've carried this so many times. It's never failed me. I've gotten criticized for it from family members that don't quite understand knives as well. But anyone who knows the Civivi Vision FG understands why this is the top, if not top 3 budget knives, honestly, ever. The knife sheep's foot blade makes it easy to slice through boxes, to cut tape. The ergonomics on it, since it's smooth, there's no specific place for your fingers to go, which in my opinion is a great thing, because I don't like something being uncomfortable. Like having the finger groove on the Brazen, I know I was just talking it up, but having that finger groove there can be inconvenient for certain people. Having just a straight handle with the textured grips, you're not going to have to worry about it flying out of your hand. And you can put your hand wherever you need to. Whether you need to hold it like this, hold it to the side, hold it with 2 fingers for whatever reason. There's not a specific groove that's making you put your hand one way or another. But let's talk about the bad of budget knives. Now this, you would probably consider, oh my god. You could probably consider this a gas station knife. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Now, anybody that knows the brand, can you see that? I can't tell if you can. Hang on, let me adjust the lighting a little bit. Can you see that? It says Frost Cutlery. Now, anybody that knows Frost Cutlery knows that their finish is absolutely garbage. What makes this knife garbage the most is it is so difficult to close. And I'm not just acting it up to try and get a laugh. This is really that difficult. Let me see if you guys can hear. Ugh. I mean, it grinds the whole way, opening and closing. I am not messing with that anymore because I really don't want to hurt myself. The biggest problem with budget knives, super budget knives like this one, I think this was like $5, is that you can't take them apart at all, right? Now, that could just be this style, with it being like a $110 copy. That's kind of how I look at it. I know other people, I know there's probably some specific copy that it is. It just looks like a $110 to me with wood, with this style of wood instead and a textured brass. But the biggest difference is being able to access the pivot and the body screws so you can take it apart if you need to and grease it up and lube it up, right? This has no pivot screw, no body screws. It's got 2 pins here, 3 pins there. So this knife isn't coming apart and then going back together. Let's move these to the side. Something like this, I would never recommend anyone to buy. A knife like this is so unsafe. I have it strictly as an example of something you don't buy, because the action on it is so garbage. It's gritty. The detent is absolutely horrible. This is the worst knife in my collection. And I keep it so I can show people, if a friend asks me, hey man, what kind of knife should I buy? I show them, well, here's the difference of a good one. And then here's the difference. Here's the difference of a bad one. Here's the difference of a good one, right? So they can feel the difference. I've done it with my girlfriend too, because my girlfriend doesn't understand. Why are you spending so much money on knives? Let me show you. Here's what a $13 knife feels like. Here's what a $300 knife looks like. Yes, I know I've only spent $300 on one knife. Watch out. But yes, I strictly have this knife. I am repeating myself, and someone's going to make fun of me for it, because one guy in my last video said, take a shot for every time I say top 5, and I'm trying to be better. I'm still learning this YouTube thing, but I just wanted to put my input on the good versus bad budget EDCs. If you want a great knife, look at the Civivi Vision FG, look at the Kershaw Iridium, and if you want something that's just a knife, look at something like the Milwaukee Fastback, or just look at one of the Husky knives. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I kind of went on a rant and just rambled, and probably got annoying a little bit for some of you. Some of you probably aren't even here. But if you are here, thank you for staying and listening. Please give me your opinions on, good versus bad budget knives, things to avoid, things to look for. I would love to start a big conversation in the comment section, just talking about these budget knives, how we can help new people, how maybe we can help, the older generation understand, the difference, and how some brands may not be as reputable anymore. But yeah, that's it for this one. Buy the Civivi Vision FG. You'll love it, and you'll be a lot happier. No expert has ever said that it will make you happier, but owning one, it'll make you a little happier. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, make sure to subscribe to my TikTok and my Instagram under the same handle, Mental Health EDC Guy. I'm going to try and make a video every day. I want to make sure that you guys have daily content. I'll think of new things to talk about. I'm going to start doing knife reviews specifically, so like maybe tomorrow I'll talk about specifically the Civivi Vision FG, why it makes it #1. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Like I said, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.